Hello and welcome to our practice today. I'm happy to have you joining. And you'll notice I have someone else joining me here. This is my beagle, Elsa. And one of the things about practicing out of the studio, practicing at home, is that we have more distractions. And oftentimes I hear people say, like, well, I just can't practice at home because I have my pets, and anytime I get my mat out, they immediately want to be right there. I have my kids, I have all sorts of distractions. And it's true. They are there, they are potentially distracting, but they can also just make the practice different, still enjoyable, but maybe a little bit different. And so often with my beagle, she will come and go. She comes and checks and then she wanders off. And so it's maybe a bit distracting at the time, but yet it's also nice that she wants to come and be a part of the practice. And I think there's something a little bit sweet about our pets being so drawn to our yoga mats and why that might be. And yes, they may be soft and they're a good place to lay, but I also always think that pets can feel good energy and that they know, like, oh, good things happen on that mat. I want to be on that mat too. And so there are lots of times that people will send me pictures and their dog or cat is just sleeping on one end of their mat and they're attempting to do their practice on the other end. And I think that's great, that there's a difference in that practice that can also be seen as a really great value add compared to studio classes. And so one of the things that I hope people think about when they're starting a home practice is not necessarily about removing all distraction. Maybe. And there are times Elsa would tell you that I put the dogs somewhere else so they don't interrupt a class that people are, paying for and that I don't want to add to the distraction for them. But that sometimes maybe it's a good thing that they're around and that they check on us and that the studio classes should provide you something different than your home practice. They're not meant to replace one another necessarily. They serve sort of those different functions. So, something for you to think about. Maybe let your dog join you, your cat prowl around, and use that as part of the practice rather than seeing it as a negative element. So, in today's little short flow, you may see my beagle roam around. I'm going to let her do exactly what we were just talking about. And so, feel free to have your pet roaming around and see what you think. Also, I would love if you would comment a picture of your pets.